awaiting payment. So you can even follow up if you're an employee who really wants the invoice to be paid. When you click on approve, so it'll show you all the line items here in one go in one place, and you can also see the invoice attachment in one place, and you can add more lines also, and you can see that you can add lump sum items, and you can by checking whether you have enough funds remaining in the purchase order or not. Yeah, so that's it from my side.
Thank you, Ash. So we have a couple of quick questions from the judges, please.
Yeah, sure. So Ash, thank you. First of all, thank you very much for this presentation. It was built already? You already have a customer, you already built this, or you build this as part of the Hack to Build program?
Already out there.
Okay,
in the market.
already out there.
So we are now planning to move it to App Store so that it's easily available for everyone, because we don't want to install it individually at every customer's place. That's a major thing.
Understand. And this is just meant for the service items, or it's all type of PO items that you're looking at?
Right now, it is only service items, because so we have not yet done for material, but yeah, that should be comparatively easy to do. Service items are more difficult to handle in general.
Okay. And quickly, 3 bullets on how would the business case look like if you want to present this to a customer.
So basically, the pain which the customer has is that if invoices are not getting approved by the people who are utilizing the service, you'll have leakage. And the reason we built this was because the customer told us that there were, hundreds of thousands of dollars being paid, and they were being paid because nobody realized that they were not to be paid, because there was no confirmation on the invoices. So it just came to the FI team and they were just paid. So for example, software subscriptions is one example, right? You have bought something from Microsoft and you stopped using it, but nobody checks it anymore. And the invoice just keeps coming and keeps getting paid. And that becomes a huge amount of money over the time. So that's what this will drive.
Okay.
It'll bring discipline in that.
Understand. Thank you. Over to you, Ashok.
Yeah, I also have one question. So in the architecture, this is purely a web application, right?
Yeah. So it's a purely a web application. There is a little bit of backend code which we do need to write to stitch everything together, but that we plan to write it in Java and deploy it on the cloud. So we don't really plan to do it in the backend at all. At the moment, it is there. So I think what we are planning to do is either move it to ABAP services or just rewrite in Java. That's the 2 options we have at the moment.
So as kind of a little bit feedback, I think it's a real good use case of how business applications could look like. And it looks very complex on the one hand side, but still very streamlined and easy to handle if you know the subject matter. Yeah, so thanks. Very, very good. Also good presentation. Cool. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Team PwC up next. I'm not sure who's this nominee. Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. I'm joined by my colleagues Priya Narayan and Dylan Mitri. All of us are based out of Sydney, Australia, and we work in digital transformation SAP practice within PwC. Our entry to Hack to Build is called Indirect Tax Determination API, and the problem thesis that we are trying to solve relates to how indirect taxes such as GST and excise duty are calculated at transaction level within ERP systems, and how those calculations can be augmented using partner content and domain-specific knowledge of tax compliance. Speaking from an Australian context, the experience that we have with some of the recent clients, we believe that there are some very, very key value differentials and feature gaps which are not yet filled by any of these existing players. And there is a massive space in the market for niche industry-specific solutions that can solve complex tax calculation problems for our clients. Just to give a feeler for the scope of the problem and the problem statement itself, indirect tax is the largest corporate tax category.
Hey, hi. Hold on. Let me.
I think you're good to go.
Sure. Okay. We'll do that. All right. Sure. We'll try to be slow. So just to give a feeler for the scope of the problem, the indirect tax is the largest corporate tax category, and indirect tax accounts for almost $118 billion of revenue for Australia market. And the addressable market for tax compliance and determination is around $7 billion for the US market and around $600 million for Australia and New Zealand combined. Now, traditionally, how tax is determined within SAP is using tax procedures and standard SAP configurations, which is perfectly fine, and it works for most of the companies. But there are certain industries who have very specialized tax calculation requirements. And in our experience, we have seen clients implementing highly complex custom solutions within SAP to address those special requirements. So that obviously opens up an opportunity as part of the broader SAP Clean Core and partner-driven extensions narrative. And we have built this API to externalize those calculations away from SAP to an external API, which will be centrally managed by PwC tax experts within a PwC-owned BTP instance. So in interest of time, we won't go deep into specific problems of individual industries, but the industries that we would like to target for this tax API solution are insurance, because of the GST complications that arise in the claims management process, digital goods and services because of the international tax liabilities, and how quickly digital goods and services companies need to roll out in different geographies. And of course, the industries with excisable goods as well, specifically alcohol, where we have special excise considerations within Australia, as an example for wine equalization tax and special treatment for products like ciders. So this is what the problem statement is. And in terms of the solution, we have built an external API, which will be managed by PwC tax experts. This is a tech agnostic API, which can integrate with ERP systems like S4HANA or ECC and do the calculations outside of the SAP system, right? So that the tax related complications, they remain outside of the system and the core remains clean. So the right-hand side of the screenshot is the tool, which Priya will demo in a minute. But the actual tax rules, which are the core of the tool and the IP of this product, they are maintained centrally by PwC team at the database level and can be updated remotely. So this particular slide gives a technical overview of the solution. The actual tool will be within the PwC-owned business technology platform. And we are using multiple services within BT from the client side that will be, and that will feed into S4 Cloud or S4 HANA or Ariba or Concur or whichever system needs to consume those tax calculation content. This is for the GST calculation. We also have a roadmap to accommodate this particular API into something that can be used for excise determination. So within SAP, there is a new tool called Excise Tax Management Service, which I believe is in public beta right now. And one of the aspects of that particular tool that we would like to utilize is the extension point for tax calculation, where this API can integrate and do Australia-specific or geography-specific tax calculations. So I'll hand it over to Priya to share her screen and give a demo. Priya, all yours.
Thanks, Vibhu. Let me just share my screen. All right, so essentially what we have built is an API which can be queried through any API tool, for example, Postman. So here we have an example of the payload that would be sent to the API and the response we would get, which in our case is a tax code, rate, and amount for the particular transaction that we are sending through. So as you saw, we have a UI also built around the API. So on the dashboard, you can see we have various KPIs that aggregate information that have come from transactions we have processed. For example, GST collected, sales, GST paid. We also have a preview of various transactions that have been processed by the API itself, and you can see the request and response payloads here. We have a calculate feature on this particular web app, which allows us to interact with the API for testing purposes. So for example, if I was to upload an Excel file with accounts payable transactions, ideally this would be coming from SAP through an integration. However, we have not built that as yet for the MVP. So if we upload accounts payable transactions and submit it to the API, we'll get various responses of all the tax rates, codes, and amounts, as you can see here. So that's presented nicely in a table for us. We also have an audit log, which basically processed API calls as well. So here you can see the request and response as you saw on the dashboard as well. So that's what we've built so far, and the aim is to host this on BTP and also integrate it with S4 as well. So that's it for the demo.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Priya. So I think we're right on time. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, over to the judges.
Hey, this is Ashok here. A very good demonstration, and I think it also kind of gave a good view of the market size and all. But just a couple of questions. One is, I think the market size you mentioned is overall, right? But I think when you go down in the specific areas that you mentioned, like insurance or the GST, I don't know, do you have a breakdown on that?
No, we don't have that breakdown right now, but yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Okay. And the second question is, what is that the unique features of SAP platform, right, as opposed to the other platforms, that are available in the market that will make this, solution compelling for customers?
So one of the main feature gap in the existing players is that they don't have industry-specific solution. They do have general tax determination APIs, which are specific for geographies, but they don't have it for specific industries. For example, insurance, there is a massive insurance company during the claim payout as well. So there is no player in the market right now that's dealing with that. Companies like PwC and the other big fours and the accounting companies, they do those consulting and those calculations manually right now. What we are trying to do is kind of enabling that particular process and solution from a technology point of view.
Okay, thank you. And I think, are there any, what is the roadmap, right? Are you trying to get some intelligence, right? Because people talk a lot about embedding machine learning or AI. So is there a roadmap that you also have?
Yep. So I think in the roadmap, initially it will be tax determination. One more feature that we would look at is how can we file the taxes directly using this particular API, this portal. The second feature that's in the roadmap is going to be, although we don't have that legislation in Australia yet, but how do we create real-time tax reporting if that legislation ever comes to Australia? And the third thing is going to be, how do we classify different transactions using machine learning to make the tax classification even more accurate in the upstream.
Okay, thanks, Shibu. Great presentation.
Thanks.
Your extension, what you're building from a taxation standpoint, as reporting setup, you're forced to build this.
So a couple of points there. So from SAP side, there is a product called Localization Hub. It's reaching the end of life now, but now there is a push from SAP side to come up with partner content for doing the tax calculation for geographies which are not supported by SAP as of now. Australia is one of those geographies which is not supported, and we are coming up with the partner content around it. That's the main reason.
Got it. And I assume you already have customers using this, or you're just built it and you're planning to release this?
We don't have customers right now. This is in the MVP stage. This is something that we will host on BTP. And once that's done, we will look at how do we host that on SAP App Store.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Over to you, Ian.
Sorry, I was talking on mute there. Thank you, team PwC. That was great. And now we move on to our Japanese partners. So, Team Chris.
はい、了解です。
Thank you.
はい。少々お待ちください。
We see your screen. Thank you.
はい。はい。では、弊社の紹介からですね。我々は、SAP の、SAP 専業の、コンサル会社です。ターゲットとしているのは中堅企業になります。割と規模が小さなお客さんとやり取りしているといったところになります。一つ特徴として、SAP データ連携のプロダクトをいくつか保持しているといったところが特徴になります。もう一つですね、今回のソリューションに関係するんですが、SAP コンカ、こちらのインプリメンテーションパートナーといったところも特徴としてあります。続いて、チームの紹介ですね。時間の関係上、私、横尾の、役割だけ、私、横尾と申します。役割として、アーキテクトと、デベロップ、こちらの方を役割として、今回参加させていただいています。3システムと、ERP のインテグレーション、こちらをケースとしています。でこの中で、リアルタイム連携といったところに関して、課題があります。今回の方でリアルタイム連携といったところの仕組みは提供しているんですが、ですけれども、弊社ではそのですね、リアルタイム連携ができないのであれば、今回は導入をやめると、そういうふうなお客さんもいくつかいらっしゃいます。こちらが一番大きな課題、プロブレムだと思っています。で続いてですね、ではリアルタイム連携必須なので、リアルタイム連携をで実装しましょうというふうになった場合にですね、バッチ連携に比べて、実装コストであったり、その実装までの期間が長くなるといったところが課題になります。ここの要因の一つが4番目になるんですが、リアルタイム連携を実装するためのスキルセット、それらをすべて保持している人材といったところが少ないといったところがあります。背景として、こちら、その LOB システム。
すみません、横尾さん、ちょっと割り込みさせていただきます。イングリッシュトランスレーションが動いてないみたいなんですが、横尾様の設定って今、日本語になってますでしょうか。
待ってくださいね。詳細で。
通訳設定の部分でボタンですね。
はい、日本語になってますね。
そうですか。はい。通訳の方はいかがでしょうか。
Yes, yes. Yes, we can hear you now. We couldn't hear before. Thank you.
すいません。お待たせしました。大丈夫なようです。はい、お願いします。
どこから、説明します。はい。では、ちょっとこちらの、そうですね、ここから、はい、再開いたします。リアルタイム連携を実装するための、スキルセットをすべて保持する人材が少ないといったところが、ありますと。で、そちらに関して背景として、こちら LOB システムのインテグレーションといったところで、そもそもちょっと予算感が小さいといったところが背景としてあり、その中で、マッチする、人材といったところが少ないといったところがあります。はい。で、そのスキルセットアンマッチを、解消するソリューションとして、コンカー連携のテンプレートを、提案し、今回、作成しています。テンプレートを利用することで、スキルセットの不足といったところを補って、ビジネスロジックのみに注力するといったところを、ソリューションとしています。で、スコープの全体像としては、そうですね、SAP のHANA だったり HANA クラウド、あとコンカーとつなぎますといったところと、ここが今回一番できてないところなんですけども、ソープでの、連携といったところが、正しいスコープとしています。今回のハッカソンにおいては、S4 HANA とのつなぎファイル連携というふうな形で実現しているけれども、コンカーから、経費データといったところが連携されると。それを、BTP 上で、インテグレーションして、ビジネスロジックだったりといったところで動かしてビジネスロジックを実現すると。で、その後、こちらの方で出来上がった、変換されたデータといったところを、オンプレミスに渡して、で、最終的に、ファイルとして渡すという形のアーキテクトになっています。こちらは、そうですね、最終的にはS4 HANA でソープ連携といったところを目指しているというところですね。はい。続いて、話少し前後してしまうんですが、先ほどスキルセットがマッチせずに、妥協しているというふうなところをお話ししました。まずバッチ連携とリアルタイム連携の違いなんですかといったところを、説明します。まずバッチ連携のフォーマットは CSV で、通信においては SFTP を使います。ユーザーはバッチ連携、1日1回の連携といったところで、嬉しくはないんだけど悪くもないと。でエンジニアの方は、CSV、SFTP というふうなのは慣れているといったところで妥協として、選択されると。リアルタイムの方はなぜ選択されないかといったところですが、フォーマットが JSON で通信のところが REST。で、ユーザーはリアルタイムの方が嬉しいんだけれども、エンジニアの方がそのスキルセットを、持ち合わせていないといったところで不採用となることが、スキル不足といったところですね、今回 SAP、ERP に対する知見というふうに分けています。エンジニアは、今回に対する知識はそれなりに持っていると。ただ、ウェブアプリに対する知見がないと。ここが、課題と。でビジネスロジックに関しては分かるし、ERP に関してもある程度分かると。で、ここで、テンプレートの方は、クラウドサービスとのつなぎ、ウェブアプリを使用したつなぎ。で、ビジネスロジックに関しては、個別で対応してもらうといったところで×となっています。で、ERP とのつなぎもテンプレートが行います。で、こちらですね、このエンジニアと、テンプレートのそれぞれのスキルセットといったところを組み合わせることで、リアルタイム連携を、実現できるというふうなところが、ベネフィットとなっています。こちらですね、話の切り口としては、スキルセット不足というふうな説明の仕方をしたんですが、ビジネスロジック、テンプレートを利用することで、ビジネスロジックだけにフォーカスできるといったところに関しては、スキルセットの不足と関係なく、有用であるというふうに考えています。はい。
brings a lot of benefit to the other people involved. So go to market, I think this is self-explanatory. So let me move on for the sake of time. So this is a demo screen starting from the integration iFlow that is a backend system. So integration flow is used in the JSON format. Those are hierarchical structure. On the hierarchical structure, it should be done on the flat vis-a-vis the hierarchical structure. So from the layer to the flat that need to convert it. On the execution is a postman that we can pull out, and then file will be created on the other side. Okay, so it's done. So this is a way that I was talking to you and can be highlighted on the demo screen.
先ほどの階層構造。
So based on the layer structure, the data on the hierarchical structure that can be put on the flat instead. So that's the navigations I've been working through. And let me tell a little bit more about what's happening behind the scene on the template side. On the layer structure, structured data, and you can look at that can be put on the table is comprised by the layer structure. Then once you leverage the table, it's logic. So that's the benefit for a lot of people who develop. And using a template, they can focus on the business logic and the integrations can be smoothly organized. So that's a key punchline in a way, the key benefit that we try to explore. So that is it from me. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. So that's the end of the presentation from Team Crisco. Judges, any questions for the team?
Okay, so thank you so much, Yoko-san, for your presentation and the way to address some of the Concur real-time integration support which you're trying to address. So I have two questions. One is, does your solution primarily address the integration scenarios, or does it address more?
そうですね。
Yes, that's the case. That's the key area that we try to put the integration as a key theme for my presentation and demo.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, talk about the integration per se, using the BTP first, that's the beginning of the journey. And since customer had the BTP, they can do much more than that. People can recognize what BTP can bring to their benefit so that they can continue to, go forward for the other steps as well. So that's a trigger that I'm trying to pull off to set the stage. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Good. Thank you. And the second question is more towards the add-on, which I saw in your architecture diagram, that you described that it is mainly to post documents back in ERP. Coming in from Concur, and this imports an accounting file, I suppose, from Concur, right? And you also mentioned in your BTP side that beyond the integration, that there is a transformation or a change process which takes place as a part of your extension. So can you explain a little bit more about what transformation you will do to the data which comes in from Concur?
Okay, thank you. So let me start about add-on. Well, add-on is not really a key point, but as long as customers are using, they already have the add-on for the journalizing of the data. That's why I was talking to you about the add-on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we prefer customer to use standard, but if it's a new deal or a non-SAP system, they can use SOAP and to make the integration. That's another alternative we can pitch to the customer. And then we talk about the integration and other integrations. So I'm pretty much in charge of the integration. I'm an integration guy, but as an area that I can a little bit talk about. So, and also we can continue to look at what BTP can bring to the customer's benefit. And then I think that we can continue to look at the customer benefit, and that can be realized on the BTP. But I don't have anything other than what I just talked to you about the BTP. But the BTP has a lot of opportunity, and we can listen to the customer's demand, and we can start from there. That's where we stand right now at this point.
All right. Thank you, Yoko-san.
Okay, thank you. That's it, I think, for Team Crisco. So Team CTC is next up. Is Team CTC ready?
Maybe Oga-san has any questions or?
Oh, sorry.
大丈夫ですか？はい。横尾さん、ありがとうございます。
Okay. Oga-san has two questions.
We are doing this. And the second point is that, so the present for the go-to-market part, I think it was skipped. Is it going to be coming? Which is it? So can you respond to that?
光のところはもちろん考える。はい。なので、いろいろなシナリオあるかと思いますので、新しいことがそのシナリオを増やしていきたいと思っています。
Various scenarios that are possible. I think it is possible. And so we are looking into it. So one of the things that could be a trigger, it could be a trigger or the starting point. And then to move on to the start solution, I think we are going to do it as a partner solution. But as the package matures, we are thinking of selling it or putting it on the SAP store. So it's not just one way to go about, I think. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Team Crisco. So Team CTC, are you online?
CTC の松田と申します。
Yes, I'm online. My name is Matsuda from CTC. Let me share the screen.
Thank you.
We
ありがとうございます。
Thank
共有
you.
いたします。はい、見えてますでしょうか？
Yes, we can.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Okay, let me begin my presentation. Let me introduce my company, our company CTC. It's officially known as Itochu Techno Solutions. In short, we're called CTC. As a group as a whole, there are about 9,000 employees, and 70% of them, to be more specific, 6,700 people are IT-related engineers. With regards to the verticals that we focus on, it's quite wide, including telecommunications, industries, manufacturing, and public sector as well. We have offices in Asia and the United States. Let me introduce our departments. There are multiple cloud systems to be integrated through the name of the technology called FIGU. S4HANA, Digital Core, and multiple SaaS and cloud products are combined together. And that collection of the technology is called FIGU. FIGU on SAP. Of course, the central role is played by SAP BTP. So our focus is to develop solutions to scale out our own solution sitting on BTP. Let me introduce the members. The figure covered by these members within the department. Total of 5 members from CTC joining the hackathon this time. Now let me talk about the solution. Our target issue, problem set, is to focus on the Agile development environment. Usually, the Agile developers need to focus on the development itself. However, those Agile developers need to also work on other tasks beside their own development tasks. For example, they need to focus on the attendance management, they need to issue some reports to show the progress, or they need to check the status of the project. So we thought that we could provide more of an environment where we can facilitate Agile developers to focus more on their own tasks. And this is the solution we created. The platform for Agile development will sit on BTP. This platform can integrate the tools and data used for Agile development. To be more specific, for example, there could be some multiple tools and systems related to project. And that kind of information can be integrated through the functionality we provide. And that kind of information can be analyzed on top of BTP platform. And another important feature we have is that the user interface UI to make access to the tools and information will be serving as Slack or Teams. Those communication tools will be used as UI to access information and tools. Because those communication tools are widely effectively used among Agile developers. So we decided that our platform UI will use those communication tools as well. This is the architecture of our solution. S/4HANA Cloud, other LOB products can have project information and other management-related information, including notification. When it comes to incident and event management and task management, we can use the backlog, which is a SaaS tool. As UI, we use Slack. Requests come from Slack can be understood by conversational AI so that applications sitting on Cloud Foundry can be called. And there could be multiple processes, for example, updates, data capture done, and then via Slack, user can get the results. Let me show you a demo. Today's demo scenario is to focus on user experience, meaning that the request will be coming from Slack. And by using conversational AI, that request can be handled properly so that via the Java application sitting on Cloud Foundry, we just want you to see how Agile members usually use this platform on their daily operation. Let me switch the screen. Agile members, usually, as soon as they come to work, let's say they open up their internal system. Well, this is the CTC, attendance management system, just to let the company know that we're here at the office. Or this is so-called the SaaS product called backlog. And we just check today's tasks so that I know what I need to do for today. But through the solution we created, we want to leverage Slack. Well, Agile member come to the office. Just like having a regular conversation with other members, you just say, good morning, because it's the morning. The attendance success factor can capture that information that this person just came to the office. Then he enters today's task. What's my today's task? Then bot replies. Just like accessing the backlog, just accessing the SaaS system backlog, you can capture today's tasks that way.
So the backlog, it's a web system, so you can look at this. Sorry, I wanted to put in, thank you, arigato. So the backlog and to look at the task list, that is what we just did, but we can also report on the progress or to search for other information or to get information. It can be used in that way. So it can be done using Slack. So at the end of the day, when all your tasks finished, you can say that all the work or tasks for today have been completed. So work has been completed. And the conversation AI will say, or we'll say to S4 or success factors, we'll do the time management and record the time of leaving work. So I'm going to switch back to the screen again. So this platform, the Agile members or the members related to this, the Agile members, so they can communicate with other members on Slack. So against the chatbot, you can communicate through Slack with the work you're doing or to obtain necessary information. It can be through that. So Agile member, it's kind of like assistant who makes things possible for the Agile members. So Agile members can then concentrate on the Agile development, and it will work and let them find information. So the go-to-market approach, it's not complete yet. We have not thought out everything, but so if anyone is working on the DX, they probably would be interested in it, or so how to do it, wait for my presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I think then it's up to me to give some initial response and feedback. So first of all, I look at these demos mostly from a technology point of view, and I really appreciate that that you basically provide your user interface where the user is actually located, right? So that the user doesn't need to switch from application to application. I'm currently having, as a developer, so I'm usually having Slack open to communicate with my peers and systems and everything. And that's exactly where I would expect such kind of integration, right? It's not necessarily about, and I see here a multi-channel approach with a Vue.js app as well, and probably you have 5 elements. And that's exactly how integration on BTP should look like, and how essentially flexible BTP is in order to transport the user engagement, right? So it's very open. You can use a conversational bot and channel and so forth. So I really like that. And in particular, I think that this approach or this experience or the architecture you have here can be leveraged for many, many other use cases. So well done. No further questions from my side.
Thank you. That was a question or a comment, or?
No, just no question. No question. It's all good.
Okay, so that's the end of the questions. We move on.
No. One more.
Okay, thank you.
いいですか？はい。松岡さん、ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much, Matsuda-san. So I have 2 questions. One is, so when calling the conversation AI from the API, So to increase these menus, the difficulty or the complication in doing that, what is the complexity or the difficulty in increasing these? And when looking at it from a business perspective, so to use Slack or Line, maybe used in Japan or Teams, so various UIs can be used. So in such case, in order to handle these various types of UI, what is the complexity or the difficulty there?
バリエーションというか展開していくためなんですけれども、はい。まず、この API は非常にたくさん用意されていますので、SaaS の他のシステムを使うときもそうですけど。
Sorry, we have a lot of these APIs already. So this Java development, so to call this and to do this is not that difficult or complex. So the conversation AI, we touched it for the first time for the customer. So we have completed it to this extent. And I think we have come to this extent. So I think this is something that's easy to use. So once we have this like framework or this, I think it is possible. A lot of things are possible and quite flexible and not that difficult beyond that point. So similarly, we have the Slack. We're using Slack for UI now, but the conversation AI, we know that it has a lot of the things ready, a lot of other UIs ready. So I don't think to roll it out or expand it to other UIs is not that difficult. I think it's quite simple or easy. That is what I feel or I think. Well, we haven't gone that far yet, but we would like to try it. So now we have this framework or the prototype. So now we can start from here and try to expand it more. I think it could be quite smooth, I think, when we try to expand it across. Does that respond to your question? Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, is that the end of the questions? So, do we have someone from Team SCSK? Hello.
はい。画面表示いたします。
Okay, let me show you my screen. Thank you.
We see it. Thank you.
So people can see my screen. Yes. Good. Hello. We are from SCSK, so I'd like to talk about the order management forecasting solution for the manufacturing industry. So let me start on the first topic. So first of all, our company's overview. We are a Japanese company, SCSK Corporation. We have employee 15,000. We have 23 entities and IT business, full stack. We have about 500 people on the SAP, and we do develop and also add value. So I have a package solution called Add Value that's been installed in more than 100 companies. And SAP and BTP business, we have applying for one solution to SAP App Center. Also, throughout our history with SAP, we've been awarded Distinguished Prize SAP Award in 2021. So our colleagues, we have 5 people from SCSK, 2 developers along with me, and number 5 business manager. It's myself, Sayuri Mine. Nice to see you all. So let me talk about the problems. This is a mobile industry. In the Japanese OEM, there's a Japanese term called a naiji that literally means a tentative or a preliminary order. So whether it's Toyota or Nissan, you name it, for those Japanese OEM, when they place an order for the component manufacturer, they don't give you PO right away. They usually have the 3 months timeline for OEM to place an order for the component company. And in the time of the 3 months period, they do have some unofficial preliminary order, and there's negotiation happening between component manufacturers and OEM. That the Japanese very unique practices. So part supplier, So there's a complex order management system based on the temporary or unofficial or interim information. And even though the order is very tentative, preliminary, they still have to meet the demand from the company OEM, and they have to have the good management system for the production planning. So those are key, problems to be solved. Those are pain points that we try to solve. And we are talking about the manufacturing company. They need to really to be on top of the management of the inventory, and they need to minimize the inventory as much, but they cannot be short on the demand of the customer. So no shortage is allowed. So it's a no-tolerance system for the delivery for Japanese OEM. So in order to address those issues, let me talk about the solutions productions for Japanese specific business custom. So this is the unofficial order management system, and we try to provide a one-stop solution that realizes NIGI, unofficial order management of Japanese specific business customs, and there is no standard or SAP and order forecasting. Before the PO comes, we also try to help them to come up with a good forecasting system prediction of the future before the PO comes. And also we try to pursue that GUI, very easy to use and easy to use UI with a theory and template. So please look at the architecture. So actually, this is a scope. So there are two sets of the solution. That one is order management and production control manager. On the order management system, OEE, OEI give you EDI, so that the unofficial order comes in the format of EDI, and the unofficial order registration is conducted. And from there, unofficial order inquiry is generated. And also the production control manager following slides on the left. And then from here to SAP BTP, Cloud Foundry is an area to use the theory and Java. And that's how development is done. On the forecasting, SAP Analytic Cloud on the right-hand side, this is where the forecast happens. And then going forward, we only be using integration suite, so the third-party integration could be possible, so that AI can be even more, expedited in speed and velocity going forward. So those are key benefits we are pursuing, starting from the first set of the value. Try to manage the unofficial order, try to manage the interim official order, unofficial order, and also try to have the long-term forecasting capability with better accuracy, and introducing the short period of time to value. So that's another set. So usually, typically, SAP ERP, we can try to provide in one stop. Also, we do have the ABAP capability, and then we've been providing a lot of ABAP capability in the past, and that can be put on the BTP. So this is that, and also this could be good for after as addressable market. Now let's go to the demo.
Demonstration this time is about the NIGI, the unofficial order management. And this is the launchpad. On the left side, this is the registration and also registration of the fixed order. Let me just show you this time an inquiry screen. The parts order manager will refer and inquire about the unofficial order placed by their customer. There are two tabs, basic and details. Let's look at the basic search conditions. First of all, sales organization. There are some candidates that come up, so you can easily enter the information. SAP ERP, you can refer to the information for master data to show this information. Next is the year, calendar year. You can easily pick the month of the year. You press the search button. We're using our on your left, you see such basic as well. You can hide or show the information as user liked it. And you can extract the file as well. So you can have detailed analysis as well. You can give the file to the production planner as well. SAP, this looks like SAP ERP GUI so that end user can feel more comfortable about the screen. Next is demand forecast. We're using SAP Analytics Cloud for this purpose. This is the 2-year worth of data, 300 unofficial orders that came from customer. 2019 to 2021 September timeframe, you were able to incorporate the data, and there are no actual data in October. And we use AI to forecast for anything after October. So let's look at the forecast now. This is the forecast, item number, and let's look deep dive into each product. This is the results. This is more of a future prediction or forecast. Things you couldn't see in the past now will be available. And there is an explanation tab. Behind the scene, you can see the logic of the forecast. You can also look at the pattern and trend as well. Well, unofficial information was incorporated this time, but through the third-party integration suite, you can incorporate the weather, the events, share price. You can incorporate different type of information from third-party to correlate the information that's of interest to you. That's all from me. Thank you very much. That's all for the presentation.
Beautiful. Thank you, team. Judges, you have questions? Or will we go into the demo? Sorry, are we going to the demo?
Thank you very much. This is Olga. I have some questions about next steps. The first question is the collection of these features. Once you offer this as a solution, are you going to offer it as Naiji solution, or are you going to expand the solution bigger than an official order? That's question number one. We want to expand the solution a little bit more. We do have a couple of other solutions available, so the package will be a little bit bigger than just simply a Naiji solution, an official order solution. And is there any timing that you already have in mind, concrete plan for? Well, we hope that we want to offer our initial offering by next year. Understood. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you.
So let me go next. Sayuri-san, so thank you so much. I think I just have a comment and maybe one question. Hi. I look at the solution which you presented and it appears good, and it's kind of a fitting, very much into the gap. Right, and to see how you are able to extend, the digital core with some new processes like this by extending SD module. Basically, you have tried to address the Naiji. I think the other term which we can also use, trying to digitize the forecasting as well by using the machine learning foundation which you are used. I heard you saying time series as one of the models, or do you also have other models, advanced models to predict the forecast the demand?
We want to challenge other solutions besides time series for our demand forecasting.
All right, excellent. Very good. Thank you. No more questions.
はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Okay, thank you, team. So now we move to our final team from Japan. So Team ISS, are you ready to share your screen, please?
Okay, yes. Okay, can you see my screen? We have made 5 people to create this product. Okay, have you ever lost your way? This is the pain point from the customer. Waste time with the manual source report. Tired to come by them and sometimes don't know how to get them. The existing report can indicate sales data, margin by period, and product being able to do competitor analysis where they are, include their target group. From the requirement to the solution, gamifying work, real-time analytics with on sales volume by age, gender, and geographical area, real-time reports on delayed delivery in each area, ability to locate competitor store with geographical data for your target market, the highlight actionable insight about the density of your stores compared to demand. The functionality, real-time external data from Trust API, show analytical chart with order mission in various UX, show a glance on a map, your store's competitor store, and the geographical data for your target market by pin in Google Maps. Just only search the competitors by name. The highlight function is the opportunities avenue to show the spotlight area in Google Maps. The app will show store ability to meet demand of the target group in red, green, and blue spotlight, which you to analyze your next investment. The architecture is related with 3 parts. The first one is the external API and BTP and S/4HANA Cloud. The Geo-Marketing Tycoon apps has 2 main perspectives that are analytical chart and geographic map. We get sales volume, customer, and store data from S/4HANA Cloud by using custom CDS view and generate them to all data for consuming data from application and store them into HANA database table in BTP. We get population data from an SO API that is local public API in Thailand and use Google Map library and Place API. We also create a CDS view in BTP for analytics to show in the application. The benefit that customer will gain easily and familiar with various UX design, faster competition market share. Analyze problem using intuitive dashboards and Google Maps. Monitor population movement within your target area. The market approach. The market sector group and food passion in Thailand. I think we can reach the target group by using marketing events and sales call. And we plan to start with the SAP Qualified Partner Package solution, and next step, we will go to SAP Store with pre-configuration. The last one, we will separate to 3 packages in free, basic, and enterprise tier. Free tier will be included in application in the project. It's the standard feature such as analytics and show current store. If they need more feature, they can purchase at the one. Time to demo. I would like to pass to Mr. Atari to present.
Hello everyone, my name is Atarit from ISS. Now let's start for our prototype. There's a lot of feature in Geo Marketing Tycoon. Start with the app overview. As you can see, that's the first page of the app, which is SAP Analytics Chart, which serves you all crucial analytical data for your business from many sources of data. Also from external APIs such as Google API or NSO API. You will know by glance that which area has the most percentage of customer per population density over here. And as we know that technology about geolocation are getting involved in so many ways, the insight is not just the insight on the web page, but it's the real world insight, which we mix geolocation and analytic data all together. So let's link to another feature, Seo Wheel. In Seo Wheel, there's two modes. If you are a restaurant manager and you want to improve your delivery efficiency, just use the feature Delayed Delivery Mode. We are able to input the factor here to scope the area you want. Let's say we have time policy for deliveries, which should not be more than 40 minutes. And that type of delay as the red circle in map here. And our store is represented by the pizza slice icon. I just put it, I want to set it as 3%. Click enter, and there you may consider improve your delivery from this area. And another case that you're still a restaurant manager and you want to expand your business, finding a proper place to add new store by using the opportunity mode. We can fill in the criteria such as store capacity from the supply side and target group ranking, top ranking from the demand side. Just enter, everything is calculated. And again, the pizza slice is our store. The results are represented by 3 different color areas, which are red circle, indicates the area with high demand, enough to open the new store. The green circle is the area that probably balance between demand and supply. The app also show number of target people. Just do the mouse over here. It's 9,044 target per person in the area. And the last one, the blue circle, is the area that not have much sufficient demand to open a new store. You will see that we already have number of our store in the blue circle. And after we know which area to open the new store, we may consider compare with the area with your competitor. We can search here, so I type my competitor here, just click the search competitor. And the competitor store will be shown as the monster icon here. All of marketing strategy in real world business is not about knowing our company data, but also our competitors. As we normally say that, know thyself, know thy enemy, 1,000 battle, 1,000 victory. So why not Geo Marketing Tycoon? Thank you. That's it. Just finish our presentation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Judges, over to you.
Thank you, Mark. That's really great. So I have one question. So the, that to do the geo-marketing, I think external data will be the key. Of course, it's for internal data is important, but external data is more important. Data holder, external data holder, working with some data provider, that will be the one of the enabler. So is there any plan?
Excuse me, is it that you mean our plan to connect to another external API, right?
API and also data holder, like a data management platform or something like that. Marketing data platform.
From now we just collect some data from the external API. For example, in this case, we just collect the number of people and also just the target group, like the gender is already that collection of data. In our plan that we can connect more about this, but I'm not sure. But actually, what we can do that we collect our people data, so the data should be kind of general. For example, for only gender, only age, how many numbers per people per area. So I think globally we have some API like this, so we have to connect to each country. For example, for every country have the national statistics API that we can collect the data from external source from, for example, the number of people. So we just change the API depend on the country that we going to target. So it's just that because the flexibility of the BTP that we can connect to any API from our sources, and we just change from the Thailand NSO API to switch to another country API. So we just can target to every country that we want, and just we have to research more about the target group and also the available API for that country also. Okay. Yeah, I think that's our plan and our extension for the app. Okay.
Yes, sounds great. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Then maybe from my side some remarks. So I really like the use of HANA here in that scenario, and the representation of the competitors really gave me a smile. It was very, very nice. But in general, I really get the point of this. Anyhow, I'm wondering to be extended to other market segments outside the restaurant area. Anyhow, a very good technology stack that you have chosen and a good architecture. Good solution. Yeah. Thanks.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Martin. So if that's the end, Team ISS, we will move on to the next team presenting, which is Team Netizen, please. Team Netizen. Great, we can see your slides. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. The screen is correct? You see the full screen, or is this slideshow?
Yeah, we see the full screen.
Okay, let me start. Okay. My name is Seo from Netizen Thailand. Yeah. Today I'm going to present improved billing and payment cycle with the billing experience platform. So what is this? Let me explain about our company a little bit. Netizen have been running business for 20 years. We mainly are running in Thailand, and we have around 100 consultants in Thailand. And our business vision is we are lifestyle technology. We love technology, and we try to bring up a new technology to the market. Yeah. And this is a sample of our journey. We are the first mover in terms of the RFID technology integrated with SAP. We are the first mover in running SAP on cloud. And we are the first mover to bring up SAP software as a service to market. And we also produce like origami system, Arabica, Robusta, Durianer. But unfortunately, currently is not running on BTP. Hopefully, then we can bring this up to BTP in the future. So this is our attribute team. My name is Seo, is business manager, and we have another three guys, Vimol Lachanagon and Panupong. For the business case, I believe that because of the billing clerk and also the accounting team have to work at home as well. And every time that they need to submit billing to the customer, they need to look at the how you're going to submit the billing according to the timeline that provided by the customer. That impact the cash flow to the company. And every company in Thailand, I'm not so sure that it's in other countries, it's like Thailand or not, but we have payment date and billing date that is specifically by each company. And if you cannot submit the bill according to the billing policy, then your payment is going to be delayed. I'm going to show you one example. This is a billing calendar that normally when you have a new customer, they're going to provide you a calendar like this. They have a fixed billing date on each month, and they also have a fixed payment date on each month as well. The payment can be by check or can be by bank transfer. This is up to each company. And I also have a condition to submit the billing to them as well. So the billing and the invoice is different issue. When you send a good to your customer, then you go with the invoice. But that invoice doesn't mean a collection of your invoice and put another collection statement on top of this one, then that we call billing. So in the normal business case, like the billing clerk is a seller, they send the goods or deliver some services to the buyer. They have to go with the invoice, but even though that your invoice put the payment term 30 days, then the company, the buyer, they have a billing and payment policy. Then they have a billing date and also the payment date. Okay, if luckily that you can manage your billing document to the timeline that they provided by the buyer, then you're gonna get payment in the next month. But in this case, even though that this is 30 days, but because of the payment policy, your money or your payment gonna be 45 days. Then how is gonna be like that? And because if the billing clerk, they delay only 1 day or 2 days, then you cannot like submit the billing. You have to wait for another month, then you delay to another month. That's become 75 days. And the billing clerk normally, they don't have customer time. They need to like, okay, open up the Bible. Oh yes, this is when we're gonna submit the billing to each customer. That is really painful. And so we try to improve of our idea with voice of customer. We make a survey, a Qualtrics surveys, and send to our customer. And we also manage one-on-one session together with our customer as well. And most of them have indicated that almost 90% of the bill could not get payment according to the payment term. And 80% of the bill delay for about 30 to 45 days. How come of this one then? How are we going to help them? So we would like to have a billing experience platform. Okay. So the high-level solution. So we try to keep all the billing, the business partner billing and payment policy into SAP HANA database that can be million of customer or business partner into our system. And we're going to use SAP BTP to try to manage the schedule and how we're going to pull up all the information from the billing and payment policy and use the Line. This is one of the most popular social platform in Thailand and also in like Asia market as well. So we're going to push that information to the billing clerk. Then they know in advance that, okay, when then they need to submit the billing for each customer. So this is simply a solution that we would like to go with the mass market. And the back end side, we can integrate with the business suite or S/4HANA or even non-SAP system, just in case that, okay, they have a new customer and have a new information, then we can integrate and synchronize with our system. So look at the benefits, because when we think about this solution, we think about how we go mass and how we can make a simple solution to the market. Let's say that, okay, the one enterprise, they have an annual revenue like $120 million US, and then the average monthly revenue can be like $10 million US. And by using this one, if they have get the cash faster for 45 days, what is the value they're going to get. So assume that the company is running with the loan and no interest rate is 10%. Then we will be able to save the money for maximum 125K per month. This is a simple number that, okay, that can be justified in terms of the value. Look at the number of the enterprise in Thailand. There's around 3 million enterprise. Yeah, and among these 3 million, I think around 2,000-3,000 is SAP customer. But we are not only target SAP customer, but we try to target any enterprise that they're going to have problem with the payment, yeah, and also the billing date as well. So let's say that we take only 3% of 3 million enterprise. And look at the number of live users. It is no doubt that, okay, live is one of the most popular, even like currently we have around 45 million live users. And it is not only for the personal use, but they use Line in the enterprise as well, just to support their operation work. So we think about the revenue model. Okay, if we say that, okay, we give only the average fees $10 per month, yeah, per Line user, and our revenue per month is going to be like 900K. And that revenue, okay, will contribute to SAP platform and also our business as well. So look at the architecture. We will integrate with S/4HANA. This is one of our target customer, definitely, and also the non-SAP customer, even though this is cloud or non-cloud. And important thing is we try to have an SAP conversational AI because we want to have an interactive conversation from the billing clerk to the system. Then they can ask more questions about what is the condition of the billing. Okay, when we're going to submit billing, when we're going to get the payment. Then any question they can ask, yeah, the conversational AI to our system. Also, we run on the Cloud Friday with the UI app and also Launchpad. And the most important thing is the job scheduler. We can personalize a system according to any user that they might want to have the information 3 days at once. Please send the message at 9 o'clock in the morning, or please send the message in the afternoon. That is a thing that we can do. But for this hack to build prototype, yeah, because of the limited time, we would like to, utilize the technology from BTP as much as possible. And we want to try to, integrate the Line application with the push message by using the job scheduler. And the most important thing is how we can commercialize this solution idea with a proper GTM plan, because we want to go to market faster with the mass market, and also it is really possible, yeah, that we can launch this market within next year. So we simplify this hack to build prototype, yeah, we have the S/4HANA Cloud, yeah, provided by SAP, and we integrate with the business partner information to our system, and then we have an application that we can maintain the calendar and schedule of its business partner, and then we have a job scheduler to push the message to Line application. Our key innovation in the future, location and access to the system to change the calendar every year, because every year they're going to change it. Okay, and also the notification of billing and payment schedule. Then we can much more personalize, yeah, based on each person. And we have the conversation AI to help and make more interactive, and full integration with the business partner and integration with the billing document in the future as well. For the future direction, yeah, we have planned to integrate the business partner data with the data provider, such as the DBD, this is Department of Business Development. They have all the enterprise information. Then maybe we can put all the enterprise information in our system. And we plan to expand to other social application, not only Line, but also Telegram, WhatsApp, yeah, and other team as well. So that's kind of open integration, and also support Southeast Asia business in case that other countries also have the same case like us. So let's go to the demo a little bit, okay? Have to stop the share. Should share another one, sorry. So I'm going to show you The left-hand side is our Line application. So we use Line OA. We call BuildX Line OA application. So I set the schedule like every 5 minutes, they're going to send the message to this one. And during I present and explain you more about our platform. So it's going to send a message to this Line application. We use Business Application Studio, which is the common thing in BTP, and we use the Launchpad services. And in the instance, we use like Trust Management, Event Mesh, Job Scheduler, SAP HANA database, because we want to keep a million of business partners inside. And to be able to integrate with Line OA, then we need to create a proxy application in BTP, just to ensure that, okay, we can transform the data and also push the data to Line application. And for the job scheduler, this one we need it because we need to schedule to have a job push message maybe every morning and also like every 5 minutes, for this hack to build. For the application itself, we have to manage the business partner DBD as well. For the schedule, this is the most important one because we need to maintain all the schedule of, the billing schedule and also the payment schedule of each business partner. And to be able to maintain this one, we can upload the information to here, simply upload it, or we can make a nice calendar that they can like print out and send it to the seller as well. For the business client, this is our customer. Once they become our customer, we will need to maintain, okay, which company is our customer and what is the schedule time that they would like to get the notification message and what is the message type that they want. This thing we can like personalize according to their requirement. And also the contact person, how many billing clerk or how many accounting team that need to work for this company, and what message that they really want to get it. Then we need to maintain the contact here. And this will link with the Line OA token. Then we can send the message directly to Line. And this is the Line notification log. Okay, every time that we send a message out, we need to keep log, and then we can come back to see that, okay, it's really sent out or not. Oh, look at the left-hand side. The text is already come here. This is the billing by like 9th of September. Then this is the list of the company. And at the same time, I think we can AI to make this one easier. Okay, this is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, judges, over to you.
Yeah, let me go first. Hey, Mr. Siri, I think it's a good demo and presentation. And I think you addressed a very important challenge that is there in the market today, which is the cash flow issue, right? But my question is more around, is there any incentive that you will provide to your application?
No, but I think that's a very good idea. Once they pay earlier, then we get some discount or something like that. I think those kind of services also have some a bank in Thailand that those provide those kind of services as well. Then we can partner with them, and then can like work closely.
Absolutely, because if I am a buyer, right, I will also try to maximize my cash flow,
right?
And probably I'll wait until the last day before I pay, right? So there's no incentive for me to pay it earlier. So if you can, include some element of incentivizing them. And as you said, maybe working with the financial, organizations like banks, because end of the day, as a principal, right, the customer will also need to pay the interest, whatever that they are outstanding at the bank, right? So
correct. Those kind of services, that they need to provide. Upload app, rather than do the Thailand integration, But for SAP customer, definitely we can do like the real time and Thailand integration. But for non-SAP, maybe we don't need that one. This is not the real-time transaction system, so we don't need that one. And the information that integrate to our system is mainly only the customer name and also the billing calendar and date. We don't have any confidential information keep inside our system. and also in terms of the data security, like the contact person.
And do you also intend maybe expand this to putting an RPA or other solutions?
That is a very good idea. When is this? We run this for the non-SAP customer, and then we have a different format of the billing calendar in the paper, and then we can scan that. But what I think is I try to build a standard format for any company to feel we have a screen that they can really maintain directly, because they need to do it every year,
And many may not stick to the 30 days or 30 days. So there has to be an alert mechanism the RPA can look into and send a message into the live system or whatever, the WhatsApp, whatever, and say that, your payment is due, please send the payment, something like that, some sort of follow-up mechanism as well.
Yes. Yeah, we will do so. Yeah, hopefully we can launch this by next year together with SAP. Thank you.
Sure, great, fantastic, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rajmani. Okay, 2 more partners to go, guys. We're running this one up. Team, thank you.
Ready now. Okay. Thank you.
We hear you well.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to us. Okay, let us start our presentation here. Okay, yeah, I'm Hari Cahyadi from Socios Indonesia. Yeah, we are bringing the idea, which is a customer portal. Okay, so a little bit background about our company. Yeah, actually, Socios Indonesia is established since 1998, and we are the leading solution provider for SAP. Yeah, we are the only platinum partner in Indonesia, and also we are the member of the United Fars. Company-wise, we are a part of Metro Data Group companies, which is one of the biggest IT provider in Indonesia. So Socios focus mainly on the SAP delivery. We also have both SAP for the enterprise and also SAP Business One. So last few years, we also tried to expand our solution to the SAP BTP. Yeah, we have several projects has gone live with SAP BTP, which utilizing the services such as the SAP Cloud Integration or the Integration Suite. Yeah, 2 years back, we're glad to see Ashok here. Ashok also visiting us to introduce Socios more about the SAP BTP. So here also we joined the hackathon. We try to deliver the solution which we built on top of a BTP platform. So yeah, just a short introduction of our team. I am Hari Cahyadi, myself act as a coordinator or as a lead in this project. And we also have Jovin, which is have the as a functional consultant or as a business manager. He tried to wrap up or to make this business process. We also have Leonardo Pranadyar as a developer and also Rahmat Soleh as a developer. So, okay, so what are the customer portal or what are the challenges we try to address with the customer portal? Yeah, the customer portal, the first thing we try to address is how we as a manufacturer or how our customer as the manufacturer have the difficulties to engage with their customers. In this term is the distributor. Yeah, actually we have several opportunity related to the customer portal, not just from SAP customers, but yeah, surprisingly we also have Opti from the customer which using the Oracle ERP. They also interested in our solution with the customer's portal. So the first one is the difficulty when the company try to engage with their customer. So, and then the second one, from the customer side, they also don't. So once they submit their purchase order, which in turn will be converted to the sales order in the SAP ERP, they don't have visibility when their order is getting delivered. And then the rest of the process until the invoicing and also the payment, they don't have the visibility for that. So we try to address that challenge as well. So another thing that we try to highlight here, another challenges is there is no 24/7 services. So with this customer portal, the customers can have 24 hours 7 access to the portal, so they can do the self-service order submission anytime they want. Yeah. Another thing is that actually enterprises have difficulties to manage the customer expectation, and with this customer portal, we expect the enterprise can get better engagement with their customers. Another things we try to address is we try to digitize the process and also to automate the process, consolidate the process into one central portal. So if we refer to the manual activity, usually the customers need to send the purchase order manually using emails, or the communication need to be done manually using emails. We try to consolidate all into one central self-service portal, which is the customer portal. Okay, so this one is the introduction of our solution. Yeah, the customer portal itself will be the central collaboration platform between the enterprise with its customers. Yeah, because the opportunity which come to us is actually mostly come from the CPG company, and also most of our enterprise customers also come from the CPG company. So from several of our existing enterprise customers, they come to us, yeah, we need a central portal to enable us to interact and collaborate with our customers, which in this case is their distributors. So in this portal, yeah, the customers can perform self-service ordering and also can give them one central place to track their orders. Another things that we try to highlight here, we use the Mendix platform, which also offered in the SAP BTP as a rapid application development platform. So using the low-code platform, we try to address the solution, which is easier to modify, easier to customize, because we are utilizing the power of the low-code platform. Okay, so for the solution overview or the business process, my colleague Jovin will help to explain.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hari. Hello, everyone. My name is Jovin. Today, I will explain about the full scope solution. Okay, this is the first one for the customer onboarding process. So in here, we have two methods. The first method is we can send customer invitation via link. So later the customer can access the link and do the registration by themselves. And then later the registration will be required the admin for the approval. The second method, customers can self-sign up to our portal, and then later fill the information, and we'll be waiting for the admin for the register approval. After the admin approve the registration from the customer, later it will be create the BP customer in the SAP. And after this BP created, later the customer can access the portal and log in to the customer portal to submit the purchase order. Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. Hari. Okay, and then this is the next process for the order processing. And as we can see, this is the scope for the hackathon. We already create this this process. After the customers log into the portal, later the customer will be able to submit the purchase order. In here, we can also attach for the document. This is a supporting document. And then later, admin will be review the document. The document attachment admin can view in the Mendix, and later it will be sent to the approval. If the PO is rejected, it will be sent back to the customers, and customers can have chance to maybe revise the purchase order and resubmit it again. If the PO is approved, and then later it will send to the SAP, and then it will be created the sales order in the SAP system. And later it will be sent update or information to the customer if the purchase order is approved. Okay, later we continue to the next section, Mr. Hari. Okay, thank you. Later, after the created the sales order, there's will be the delivery order. After the delivery order is created, we generate the delivery order document. It will be sent to the customer's warehouse team. And this document, delivery order document, so it will be update the good delivery is confirmed. And then the delivery order and the invoice, also the information will be sent to the Mendix, so customers can view and have up-to-date information regarding to their purchase order. Okay, that's all from me for the full scope solution of our product. Later will be architecture will be by Mr. Rahmat.
Yeah, hello, I'm Rahmat. Okay, for the architecture, the customer portal can be accessed via laptop, PC, or mobile devices. The application is built using Mendix and deployed on SAP BTP. It will leverage several BTP services such as connectivity service, destination service, and other BTP services. The application can be integrated with SAP ERP as a backend system. And in our use case, we use connect to SAP S/4HANA on-premise, but it should be able to connect with SAP S/4HANA Cloud as well. And for the integration to SAP ERP on-premise, we are using the OData and SOAP web service. And for the connectivity to the on-premise system, we are using the SAP Cloud Connector. Okay, next.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Tim. I will continue. Yeah, so what is the benefits we try to get using the customer portal? The first is we want to improve the customer satisfaction. And then the next, we can have, or the enterprise can have the central collaboration portal to interact with their customer. Then the next is the faster sales order taking, which in turn can also improve the revenue stream to the company. We also try to make our application as a responsive app, so they can access it anywhere anywhere from the mobile phone or from the desktop apps. And then the next the other benefits is our application can easily integrate it to the SAP ERP. Whether it is SAP S/4HANA and also SAP Business One. Okay, the next is related to the go-to-market approach. We try to target the mid-market and also as the SMB. This is also where our strong point is in this market. And then related to the industry focus, we try to focus on the CPG companies. That's also where the opti comes for us. The target customer, the first is the Indonesian-based. It can be ECC or S/4HANA customers for the large enterprise, and also for the small medium, we also targeting the SAP Business One customer. We also targeting our existing ERP customer. We try to offer this solution to them as well, and also for the net new customer. Okay, so how we campaign and also the sales campaign. And then regarding the availability of the solution, it can be purchased from us directly. Yeah, maybe moving forward, we try to offer this as a certified solution, which also can be accessed in the SAP store. But in the initial stage, the delivery or the sales method is direct from Socius. And then what we expect from SAP, yeah, maybe we will need advice on the expert technical things like the multi-tenancy, and also maybe regarding to the services which the BOM of the services which will be needed for this solution. Okay, this is the illustration. Yeah, we try to utilize several services from the SAP. Maybe later we can jump directly to the demos solution, which can give more clarity about the solution. So the next is from the point of view of the administrator. They will have the workflow settings, the approval, the user management, and also they are able to manage the data integration to the SAP ERP system. Yeah, this one is from the customer point of view. They can submit their purchase order, and then also they are able to track the sales order which are created in the SAP ERP, displaying the delivery order document, also the invoice documents. Okay, this one is the sample integration. The business partner data which are taken from the SAP is integrated to the portal. Okay, this one is the sample of the transaction for the order submission. Okay, here is a small future roadmap. Yeah, we try to add the customer service module as well in the future. Integration for the SAP conversational AI is also planned. We also plan to give the B2B integration via API. So from the ERP of the customers, they also can be integrated directly to the portal using API. So there is no redundancy of the key-in of the purchase order. Another possible future development is integrated to the give beneficial to the customer, so they can upload the hard copy PO, and it can be parsed using the DOX, so the manual entry can be reduced. Yeah, the future roadmap also integration to the mobile proof of delivery apps. Okay, so maybe we are running out of time. Then maybe we can jump directly to the demo, which will be performed by our team, Prana. Okay, go ahead, Prana.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hari. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Prana. Allow me to share the prototype that we have built. Okay, maybe Mr. Hari, you can close your screen first.
Yeah, I already stopped my screen sharing.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so this is the login page of our application. Say I'm a customer and I want to create a purchase order through the customer portal. So let me log in as a customer. Okay, in here, I'll open my profile first to see that the customer code, name, and address is pulled already from SAP. So this is already integrated with the SAP. Okay, so from the main menu, I'll go to the purchase order and create a new purchase order. The PO number is auto-generated, the sold to party, name and code, and order type is all generated from SAP database. Then for the items, let me try to add a new item here. This is also already integrated with SAP. Okay, let me save the item. Then to the attachments tab, I could add supporting documents, say, for example, a brochure or a certificate. Okay, after I've uploaded the attachment, I can post the document, and then this document will be sent to the approver user. So let me log out and then log in as the approver. In here, I'll go to my inbox. Then I can see the PO just now that I have built, that I have posted. Okay, I can see the code, the name, the items, and also the attachments here. So I will approve. And as an approver, after I press approve, this will be sent directly to SAP. Let's open the Send to SAP tab. And here we can see the SOSAP is automatically pulled from our SAP system. Okay, for the demo, that's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think that's all from our side. Is there any question or comments from the judges?
Hari, thanks for this presentation. Yeah, kind of looked at what you're trying to do from a customer self-service perspective as a portal for the CPG. So you kind of shared some details about onboarding as well as online order processing. Right. So do you think this distributor related customer information is something which you have taken a look in the market and found that such a solution or a portal which is doing a self-service in?
There are requests from our company of the big company using SAP Business One and one company using the SAP S/4HANA. So the sense of their distributor is the same. So this the idea or the drive for this solution is come from this requirement.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so having just another just a comment from your side could help. So you used Mendix, right? Development cycles, at least from the prototype perspective, or have you already used it in other projects and you're just redoing this or using this for this engagement?
Yeah. Okay. For this solution, we presented. We start from scratch. Yeah. For this hackathon purpose, but actually, we have gone live with the another solution we built on Mendix, which is the Salesforce automation, mobile Salesforce automation. But that one is integrated to the SAP Business One, not to the SAP S/4HANA as we presented here.
Excellent. Okay.
But we already familiar with the Mendix as the rapid application development solution.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bagari, good to see you again after a long time.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah, good that finally the use case is also very, I suppose, right? So I have a question, which is from an architecture perspective. I think how would you integrate, because the users, right, like identity and all, how would you manage? And also I didn't see anything on the analytics perspective, like I don't know, would you provide some dashboard and all for the users to see consolidated view of all these things? So because I did not see in the architecture diagram. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Actually, we are busy from the analytical part. Yeah, maybe it can be a good point. We will add to our solution as well. Yeah. So, excuse me. What is the another question?
Other one was the identity. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Regarding to the identity, we are not yet integrating with the identity providers such as the LDAP, but we just map, so the customer number or the BP number from the SAP, we map to the user login from our portal. So each customer can have their own login. They only can see their own data only.
Okay. Great. I think it's a really interesting one, and again,
interesting to see how this the Mendix, like what Vasan said, right? So it kind of gives you that fast, ability to quickly deliver the projects. Yeah, so great to see that it finally come to a prototype stage, and hopefully it can get to a product and we can sell it to the customers.
Yeah,
great job, Pagari and team. Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Team Saltius. Last but not least, we have Team Wilmar. So, Team Wilmar, are you ready to go?
Hi, okay.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Michael.
Hi. So, okay, this is not okay.
Perfect. We see your screen and we can hear you.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So today actually we from the Wilmar team, actually because we are company with big in the plantation, so we want to bring actually for the specific industry in plantation industry, we want to combine the theory with the chatbot. So actually the wait a minute. Okay, why we want to bring this one? Because we want to bring like the digital transformation in plantation or in the company. We want to come to them because actually right now digital transformation is the main core in every company because they want to leave the old fashion with the paper or some and everything like that. They want all is digitalized. Why? Because they want to make the real-time analysis and it will give them a better information so they can make a better decision for their company. About Wilmar, actually Wilmar is SAP as a SAP Gold Partner. We actually have around 900 employees. We have already completed 250 projects across 5 continents. And we also provide support around the world, including the HANA Cloud environment. So this is our journey. And the next one is the background, I think. So the first one, why we come up with this idea? Actually, because we are a company which is, I think, the second or the biggest in the plantation. So we want to come up with the idea how we can digitalize the plantation process. So we want to combine the SAP conventional AI with the Fiori custom analytics. Because right now, I think our customer, like the plantation, have a lot of, one company have a lot of estate, has a lot of company, has a lot of child company. So they want to like have one platform to see all their reporting. So that's why we started to build a Fiori custom analytic, and we want to combine it with the SAP conventional AI. Why we want to combine it with SAP conventional AI? Because like maybe the manager or BPO, they want to get the real, they only want to get the data. They don't want to see like the detail or everything, something like that. So they only want to type like, I want reporting for today harvesting. And they only want to see the sum up of the data. That's why I think with the conventional AI, it will help the BPO, the manager, to get the high level information, and they can make a better decision and faster decision for their company. I already said before, the benefit is we have timely information, so we can get the information as soon as possible as the BPO and the manager, and they can make a faster analysis and can do a faster action to maybe they can cut loss. They lose because they can get faster analysis and take a faster decision, and easy to access because with the SAP conventional AI or in the Fiori, we know the Fiori is supported in the mobile application. So as long as we already built the Fiori custom analytic and it can embed it in the Fiori, so it can access it with the mobile application and easy to access because they can access it like with, they want to get the data, they can access it with Telegram or WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. If they want to see more detail, they can use the Fiori analytic in the mobile application. So the solution, actually the high level solution, I want to combine the messenger like Telegram and Facebook Messenger connected to the SAP CHAI, SAP Conversational AI. And after that, I will have the webhook here. So actually the webhook I will build in the Node.js in this project. And after that, it will connect to the Cloud Connector to get the data from the SAP S4HANA. So actually the Node.js will be the, I think, the main process here. I will process all the data which is receiving for the SAP S4HANA. I process it here before I send it to the user. So this like the example, actually I already tried with the Facebook Messenger. So I can type something here and actually it will send the response to the SAP CHAI and SAP Conversational AI will do analysis from the user request. And the SAP Conversational AI will read like, is it the request to get the report for the harvesting or it's reporting for their financial report? The SAP CHAI will read with the emotional calculation. So after that, it will send it to the API accordingly, and the Node.js will proceed it to get the data from the S4HANA using receive it by OData or CDS. And actually, because the plantation, almost plantation have a third-party application for the harvesting, so we use CPI or PIPO to push the data from the third-party system to our S4HANA. The next one is the Fiori one. I think the Fiori one is straightforward. The Fiori will get the OData or CDS and show the data in the Fiori tiles. So I will give you short sample, I think, for the Fiori one. So this is what we already built with Fiori. We built a custom Fiori. So the customer can input their agri-code, or it means the estate. And after that, they can choose which one they want to see. And when they click in one of them, it will show the estate people versus the amount, how many people working in the estate and how many amount already expense in 1 month. I think that's all from me. The idea from the Wilmar is there, and thank you. Is there any input or question from your part?
Judges, over to you.
Yeah, maybe I can start. So thank you very much for your presentation. I really liked it. And again, we see here a conversational or a non-traditional channel to communicate with the customer or with the user. So I really like that. Also, I think the architecture, and again, coming back to the technicalities of the solution, the architecture is, and we saw similar things today already. And I think that's something that's a proven way, to provide this particular channel. And just as an idea for going forward, it's obviously usually not enough to just provide a chat channel or conversational channel. So a solution needs more than just, but it's more and more becoming a necessity to have at least some capabilities. Other than that, no further questions. Thank you very much. It's very good.
Hey, hello, this is Ashok here. Quick question.
Yes.
From a business perspective, right? Is there a a sizing, right? And what is the addressable market, for this solution? Have you done that sort of study?
Okay, if you ask for the sizing, for the sizing of this market, right? I think I built this application only for the plantation, but actually in this proposal, I only built it for the plantation company, but I think it can be used for other company as well, because in the meantime, actually my team also started to explore, like, to give like exception messages. So when there is something anomaly in the data in the SAP, or they need approval or something like that, they will send it to the Node.js, and after that it will send to the SAP Conversational AI to remind the BPM or the manager who need to do the approval.
Okay. And one follow-up question: how would you differentiate your solution, right? Like, what is your unique selling proposition? Because there might be other solutions available in the market as well, right? So is there a unique value proposition that in your view?
Okay. Actually, the unique proposition is like, because we have the RDS, Rapid Development System, for the RDS plantation for the SAP, which is already verified by the SAP. So actually, it's our main proposition to our company, to other company, which is plantation company, because we already know what kind of information they want, or what kind of reporting they want. So we can build it. We already built it, and later on we can just implement it to the company.
Okay, got it. So it's basically sold as part of your plantation solution, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got what is the status? The prototype?
Yes, the solution is still actually just the simple prototype, but it's still under development.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, running about 45 minutes behind time, I think. So I'll just take you back to the presentation deck we had earlier. Just give me a second, please. Where am I? Here we are. So here we go. All right, so if you recall, we now have a short break, and then we'll move to the basically closing the day, the activities for closing the day. So if you would like to take a 10-minute break and be back here, my time locally in Sydney is 7:20, so I guess it's 5:20 in Singapore. If we can be back here at past exactly, and when you're on your break, could you please take a look at the link which I've put into the meeting chat, which you can see here. There's a link here. It will take you to a Qualtrics survey, and it will simply ask you 3 quick questions. And if you are one of the Japanese partners, you need to follow these instructions here so that the translation, the Google Translate works for the Qualtrics survey. But let's take a 10-minute break and come back, and then we can finish everything off for today. So thank you, everyone. See you at past. Thanks.